Oh, hi there. This is Ben and Jess from Midwest Bank.
I know everyone is super excited for the Denim Diamonds and dueling pianos, as well as getting together to celebrate.
We didn't want everyone to miss out on the dueling pianos, so Jess and I thought we would get together and show off our musical talent.
We were looking forward to seeing everyone again, as this is such a wonderful event and we had such a blast last year. Fortunately, Family Services Rochester and its volunteers have been able to bring together this awesome event to you virtually. As a presenting sponsor, we want to thank you for joining us today and appreciate your dedication to the growth and betterment of our community.
Meals on Wheels provides hot, nutritious, home-delivered meals so residents of Rochester are able to remain living independently in their homes. Midwest Bank is a proud sponsor of Meals on Wheels because we believe that people like you and people like us share the same values in providing support for those in need.
Now more than ever, Family Services Rochester and the Meals on Wheels program needs your help. Together we are stronger.
Now let's make it rain donations.
Hi, this is Marcus Sherrills with the Minnesota Vikings. On behalf of Meals on Wheels, we just like to extend our extreme gratitude and thank you at this time of crisis during all the COVID-19 stuff. The needs have grown. We've required more drivers, more meals, and with your help, we've done a lot of good things. So continue it up and let's keep on going.
Hi, I'm Scott Maloney, Executive Director at Family Service Rochester. Meals on Wheels is guided by a single goal: support our older adults in maintaining their independence and health as they age. Meals on Wheels provides a nutritious noon meal, neighborly companionship, and a watchful eye on the health and safety of our older adults. Without Meals on Wheels, older adults are more vulnerable to three of aging's biggest threats: poor nutrition, social isolation, and loss of independence. With Meals on Wheels, older adults experience better quality of life, need fewer hospital stays, and live longer. Without Meals on Wheels, caregivers struggle and worry for those whose well-being is their daily concern. With Meals on Wheels, caregivers are able to continue their daily routines, knowing that a dedicated volunteer will keep a watchful eye on their older or disabled loved one. For close to 50 years, Family Service Rochester has been delivering noon meals and a daily assurance. Last year alone, over 200 volunteers delivered over 26,000 meals. Today, we kick off our 2020 virtual fundraiser, and because of the COVID-19 pandemic, your financial support for Meals on Wheels is more important than ever. Our program provides meals based on one's ability to pay the full price of each meal, while others, without the ability to pay, receive the meals at a reduced cost. We created this fundraiser to fill the gap in what one may be able to pay and what the actual meal costs. The COVID-19 pandemic has created an increased need for meals for the homebound while also increasing the need for financial support. I hope you can partner with us to support Family Service Rochester and Meals on Wheels. Thank you.
I'm April Suter, Director of Innovation and Collaboration with Family Service Rochester. And I have the privilege, I get to work at Family Service Rochester every day. And with the onset of COVID-19, FSR marshaled the power of partnerships and relationships on which our work is built. Our cadre of existing and new volunteers has not wavered from their drive to serve others, to keep the community well and strong. The number of people receiving meals in Rochester and Stewartville has nearly doubled with COVID-19. And with the option of 2 meals a day, our count has soared to more than 4,200 meals a month. And when Olmsted County and Mayo Clinic asked if we could provide meals to special populations related to COVID, without hesitation, we said yes. And so did our volunteers. We've demonstrated the ability to be adaptable, flexible, and nimble all along the way. We know that we have many months yet to go, and we're confident that our volunteers will walk this road with us. Evelyn, one of our diners, asked me to share what Meals on Wheels meant to her. Evelyn's a very independent strong and a little stubborn. Yet she thrives on the conversations and the relationships that she's built over the years with the many Meals on Wheels volunteers who have graced her door. One night in February, Evelyn needed to get up in the night, and she couldn't manage to get her legs underneath her, and so she slid to the floor. Evelyn knew that her Meals on Wheels volunteer would find her. She trusted in that relationship, and she knew that her volunteers knew her routine. And so when her door was locked and nobody answered, they would know that something was amiss. And while she laid on the floor, she knew that her Meals on Wheels driver would find her. And he did. And he spoke to her through the window saying, "I will stay with you until the ambulance gets here." Evelyn sees the Meals on Wheels program as a lifesaver. And she wants all of you to know how important Meals on Wheels and those daily visits mean to people like her. And so, on behalf of Evelyn, who did leave us in March, thank you from the bottom of all of our hearts.
We have really worked with our local Meals on Wheels program to be as flexible as we can and adapt to meet the needs in our community. So not only are we seeing more people needing Meals on Wheels, we're seeing the people who are needing meals needing more than one meal a day. And so we are delivering multiple meals, our routes are expanding, and wow, we have some really great volunteers like yourself, Randy, who go and deliver every day. We have adjusted our volunteer schedules so that we can really minimize the contact that our clients have with outside people, knowing that they are often some of the most vulnerable. And so we have great volunteers who are delivering meals every day. Typically, a volunteer would deliver once a week, but now we have volunteers delivering every day of the week and going out and seeing the same people and bringing more meals and going to more people. And it's really just a testament, things we already know. The volunteers who deliver Meals on Wheels are some of the most caring and generous people there are, and they are really stepping up during this time.
Hi, I'm Melanie, and a volunteer for Meals on Wheels, which is part of Family Service Rochester. I started about 4 years ago when I was looking for a way to invest in our community. So now I'm really proud to work for Meals on Wheels and with the dedicated staff at FSR as a driver. Our Meals on Wheels drivers deliver meals over the lunch hour to people of all ages, whether they're elderly, disabled, or recovering from an illness. It's 365 days a year. We never stop. We can only do this with the support of businesses and people like you who will support us. Along the way, I've met many wonderful people. Lots of elderly and others who are really appreciative of the meals that we serve. They have stories to tell, and they're fun to listen to, and they need to talk about it. It's been especially important now during COVID-19, where we've been challenged with having to wear masks and be safe, and many of our consumers are worried about us when we're really worried about them. They ask all the time, are you being safe for yourself? And one couple in particular always says thank you, and they even made a rainbow for me to put on my door, painted one. It was kind of cute. But it's all about people helping people. And so I'm asking you to please consider to donate to Meals on Wheels, and you can find our virtual fundraiser event on the Family Service Rochester website, and it's called Denim and Diamonds. It was supposed to be Denim, Diamonds, and Dueling Pianos, but hopefully you will join us next year for that event, and it will not be virtual. Thank you.
This is Shady Lane. My mom gave it that name when they bought the house in 1959 because of the big row of shade trees along the driveway that went to the back of the property. And she loved this house. She didn't want to ever leave. And she was a homebody. And so I think her big desire was to be in the house till she died. And fortunately, that's the way things worked out for her, you know. I have 3 siblings, and we were all able to pitch in, take turns. We were cooking, bringing meals over, and, you know, and when you all have your own families and lives, that gets to be a burden too. And so not only did Meals on Wheels help them, it helped the rest of us. My mother was a good cook. She cooked a lot of meals, fed a lot of people. My dad was a minister, a chaplain. He'd find a lot of needy people to bring home. She'd feed them all. And she did a lot to help the community in that regard. And I'm just thankful that when the time came, the community was able to help her in return.
If it wasn't for family service and Meals on Wheels, I wouldn't be in this house. And that's a fact. It's the most important thing that I have. It's just that freedom of being in a home, I think, or a house. I think almost everyone would say that. That's one of the most important things that they have to have if possible. The staff is just, they bend over backwards, raking the leaves, bagging them, disposing of them, shovel the sidewalk, wash the windows. It's just endless. So I can't say enough good things. I love the Meals on Wheels. I'm a fanatic, yes. It's just incredible.
Huge thanks to all the sponsors who helped pull this off. Midwest Bank, our presenting sponsor, thank you to you. I don't want to miss anyone here. Town Square Media, KTTC, Sam's Club, Thesis Beer Project, Cameo, Terza, Blue Duck, Olmsted Medical Center, and Home Federal. We hope you all are going to help us out in 2021 as we are going to be back at Floral Hall. This has become a very casual affair, as you can see, and we are grateful that you have made it all the way to the end of this video. So thank you for watching, and thanks for all your help that goes to Meals on Wheels, that helps Family Service Rochester pull off this mission day in and day out, as the needs have even more than doubled in the past 6 months. So I want to thank the committee that put everything together on this. Brenda Chillman, thank you for doing the heavy lifting over the course of this whole event. You really have done that. And really for asking me to take part. I appreciate that. You asked me out for coffee more than a year ago now, I believe it was, and we really kicked this off and did pretty well considering the circumstances. Teresa, thank you for your energy, the commitment, the many years of experience that you brought to this event were priceless, and you really helped us do this all right. So thank you. Dinah, your commitment to the cause, how you showed up, you were there for our meetings, and your eye for detail and for event planning and for event design is outstanding. We really appreciate all your help. Alexandra, our volunteer coordinator, you raised your hand, you showed up. We didn't expect it, and it was awesome. So thank you, and I hope that you are going to be back again next year. What a great cause, and I'm glad you showed up. Becky, also to you, out of the blue, we really appreciate all your help. You rounded up donations, and you really did a fantastic job, and you got some first-time donors as well, actually quite a few. That was impressive. You'd show up to a meeting and you'd have 2 new baskets that were donated. Thank you, Becky. Jess, your enthusiasm, your positive energy, that's amazing. Thanks to you and our presenting sponsor, Midwest, where, full disclosure, you work, but you showed up for all our meetings. And you took part and you helped out with the auction, and that is very much appreciated. Melanie, your commitment, your dedication is amazing. You did a lot of really hard work. You were into the auction, the items, the donors. You were making sure it was all done right, and you did a fantastic job. And you did a really great job on that video too, so we appreciate you, Melanie. Dave Beal for helping out from Family Service Rochester to make sure that this was digitally done right, that you were handling all the things for the Facebook page and Christian for the website and for the graphics, and anyone else who I may have missed in there who was taking part. Also want to thank Jessica and Tanya at Family Service Rochester for making sure that Meals on Wheels happens every single day, for making sure that the meals are there, for making sure the volunteers are there and all the shifts and the routes are taken care of. You do an amazing job to make sure that Meals on Wheels is done and done right. And to everyone out there who has watched this and now made it this far, thanks for helping Family Service Rochester on Meals on Wheels and making this event a success. Have a great rest of your 2020, and we hope to see you back at Floral Hall in 2021.
Now let's make it rain.